Hi everyone, welcome to another video of World of Engineering. Today I'm going to do a bit of different video, a bit of on four-wheel driving and I guess Jeep. So recently I bought a Jeep. I thought I'll show you around. This is the 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. So this is very similar, almost identical to the American version, the US version, obviously beside the point that it's right-hand drive, but I can show you around, and a few of these it changes from past years. So it's still a JL model, but it has some minor changes. Okay, so first thing first, the standard model, apparently the Rubicon doesn't come with this metal front bumper, and this is an extra. So with this you need to pay, I think, about $1,500 to $2,000 extra for this. So this is metal. This bit is actually plastic, and you can actually, I've seen some people remove this bit will open, but probably impact your aerodynamic and petrol consumption, fuel consumption a bit, but it's not much. It probably look better. And with these you can open up the side from the bumper, and becomes like a stubby front bumper. So I'm not going to go through details that most of you know about a typical Rubicon. So this is the side steps here are a bit narrower than Overland. So this is, as you can see from here to there, it doesn't have much, I guess, space to, you know, put your foot on it, and compared to the Overland, that was a nice step, bigger one. But this is narrower, allow you to, you know, go between and navigate through the trees, and four-wheel driving a bit better. Obviously it comes with the BF Goodrich mud tires. What I like about this one, so in Australia you cannot do a lot of detail modification when you want to purchase the vehicle. You cannot pick and choose everything. It comes in packages that you have to choose. For example, if you want, let's have a look. So let's say if you want a heated seat, you can just purchase the heated seat as an option. You have to get a package that includes the heated seat, the leather seats, the painted fenders, and a few other bunch of things. So it's a bit limited. So this option. It's almost fully, this Rubicon option is almost fully packaged. And okay, one thing that I noticed, this year's Rubicons, it has these options called Offroad Plus. In some of the older JLs, like 2019 and 20, I haven't seen that one. It usually has, you know, the sway bar and the, you know, front and rear diff disconnects. And this model obviously comes with the auxiliary switches. Get it focused, yeah. Yeah, so this has that, and let me know if your car has it, and from what year is. But as far as I know, it's from 2021, and it's basically electronic four-wheel driving assistance. For example, when you put it in Offroad Plus, things you can do, it the throttle becomes more responsive, and it does a lot of electronic things, nothing like a mechanical, but it's supposed to make the ride much easier in four-wheel driving. So a lot of assistance comes in, you know, behind the scene. It's happening in the computer without you noticing it. So both in low range, and it's supposed to work in four-wheeler high range as well. Okay, another thing I noticed, the Rubicon standard comes with the headliner. As you can see, these black carpet like covers on the top. In the US, I think it's an option. Okay, so when you add the luxury package in Australia, they with Rubicon you get this fender painted. In Overland, all the fenders as well as the roof is painted, but in Rubicon, they keep the roof black, and actually I like that. It has that texture on it. I prefer this compared to paint matched one. So before I had a Overland, which is kind of a luxury version, doesn't have any diff disconnectors. So this one, I like the black accents of the roof. So another thing about Jeep in general, I think, especially in Australia, they don't have a really good reputation for customer service. However, I think it really depends where you purchase it from. I got this one from City Jeep in Melbourne, Victoria, and the experience was really good. They really listened, and I had a few issues. They rectified it, no question asked. Very easy to work with. So I think I worked with Dan over there, and he did a good job. So other things, I also added the tow bar. One thing that I don't like is the number plate location, because it's kind of in a view of the rear camera, and other than that it's fine. And I just did a bit of I guess off-roading, and everything is stock here, and it did a fantastic job, with no modification. Let's have a look at the back as well. So as you know, Rubicon has these like attachments on the back, and compared to the standard model, leather seats. You got your power point here. I think it's rated 500-600 watt. A few cool things I noticed beside these, like this little Jeep picture all around. You find these, everywhere on the windshield glasses, everywhere. But something is not very noticeable. I don't know if you can see it in here. This is the paint, obviously, but there is this protective film. I think it's the same color of that. It's not clear. It's not the clear film. It's the same color. And if you get any some stones hitting the fender, so you won't scratch it. Alright, so one of the other things I was mentioning about the upgrades, it's the front camera. It's pretty wide angle, and what's cool about it, it has a washer as well to clean it if it gets muddy, and you can operate this from the U-connect screen. Alright, let's get a closer look of this camera. As you can see, this is the camera here, and that's the washer. But another new thing is this one. You might wondering what's that. So As you remember, the manual usually 99% of the cars comes in a leather handbook. Not anymore. So Jeep decided to put it in a pouch with this topography map on it. Trying to read the map on it. I can't, it's not very clear. But I think it's much better than the leather one because it takes much less space and probably durable and cooler. But another thing is interesting about the manuals and the handbooks. They updated that for this year. So they separated the U-Connect one. So it's got some like a radio instruction manual, they call it, and also the Wrangler's manual itself. I looked at this and compared with the older version. By older I mean 2019-20. So this is considered 2021, although this car is made December 2020, just a couple of months ago, but it goes into that category. It has some minor changes. One of the things, as I mentioned, it described the function of the four-wheel drive plus. And a few other things, basically describes and displays it better. Okay, so that's about it. Let's have a look at inside. I just want to show you some additional things around the four-wheel drive plus. Okay, I just wanted to show you around more about this section and the off-road plus. But before that, on the red area, that's where you basically lock your differential front and rear. For doing that, you have to put their gears on neutral, and then this one on for low, and then you can, if you switch up, it will lock front and rear. If you switch down, it will only do rear, and if you press this, it will turn everything off. But then you have this sway bar as well. Sway bar disconnect, it only happens in for low. That's important. So that's common in most cars, but Jeep Wranglers. But the new one, the Rubicons, you have this off-road, and when I press that off-road, it's just illuminated there. Like as per the manual, like when it's in low, the engine and transmission calibration, it goes into rock crawl, and you get a change in shifting schedule, and then also you probably seen the throttle adjusters and calibrators you can buy off the market to do a throttle control. But when you go to off-road, it does a similar thing. The throttle becomes very sensitive. As soon as you push it, you feel it's very instant. You can feel the power instantly. And also the transmission, the shifting is very aggressive. It goes, it pushes all the way towards the red area. 5,000-6,000, sometimes 7,000. What's cool about this off-road plus is in the four-wheel drive high. So I'm just going to put it back to in neutral. Four-wheel drive high, and when you're in four-wheel drive high, what it does, it improves the sound performance and wheel slip, and it's more of like the Baja control, like where you want to go high speed and still have that four-wheel driving control and responsiveness. So this, and when you press that, so you can see this, the light is off. I just press it. It shows on the screen in here, and if you can see, four-wheel drive high off-road active, and it's got a cool display there. And if you don't have the off-road page displayed, it will activate it, but mine was already active. Other thing it was telling you about the trail cam they call it. This is the front. As you can see, I can change it. Rear, and it's cool. They have a Jeep logo thing, and they have a massive camera on the rear and front. So you can see the rear, it's changes with the steering wheel. Front as well, actually. If I move it, it changes. And if I press this, clean camera and the rear glass. So what it does, it actually cleans both cameras. Rear with the wiper, front with the water. You can see the water. Obviously, I mean, it didn't help in this instance. This is where you have mud and a lot of debris and rubbish there. So I guess that's about it. And a few other things, I guess, that you don't get in Australia, it's some of the functionalities in the new Uconnect, where in the US version you can get it connected, internet connected, and you have some additional functions. This is not available in Australia. Underneath the Rubicon, the Australian version. So this shouldn't be much different from the US one. So as you can see, where the stabilizer is connecting to that to the just next to the diff, it's the lowest point here. Yeah, and I don't know what this is, this bit. Just let me know if you do know, because I was planning to relocate the stabilizer, and as you can see, it's already, the plastic cover is already loose, and so with Rubicons, it's much beefier, these linkages, than standard Sahara or overland, as we call it in Australia. Another question I had, I don't know, just asking from the community of yes, Wrangler owners, how common is this sort of surface rust? Because with the previous model I got, the Sahara, it had a lot of rust, and when I talked to the dealership, they said it's common because they use a lot of salt on road, and when they transport this salt gets there, and a lot of trying to, I guess, explain the situation, which I'm not sure if that's the case. Yeah, as you can see, it's surface, nothing structural, but I mean, I guess it shouldn't happen. So what they did, for most areas they cleaned it up and just resprayed it for me. I think they missed this spot. Alright guys, check this out. True barn find. And constant 4-wheel drive. Just driving some off-road country roads, found this. Oh, the keys are there as well. Wow, look at that. Wow, it's been the roof, corrugated steel. Okay, so there's another function, the last one I just want to talk about, and that's when you go to the apps. It's called Select Tire Fill Alert, and as you can see, it's disabled, it's kind of grayed out. To enable that, you actually, each time if you want to use it, you have to go to safety and driving assistance and enable this. You go back, the car must be in run mode, in park, and I think handbrake should be on as well. Then you go back again to the app, and as you can see, it's active now. If I press it, I can set in PSI, or it can be different units. So let's see. Right, so I just put one of these deflators on my tire. I'm reducing the tire pressure now, and now it's deflating. So I put the front to 28. What's cool about it, when it reaches 28, it's one tire at a time, you get a honk from the horn. So it's not just a small beep, because they assume you're outside, you're deflating or inflating, and it will let you know. And actually automatically the hazards is on as well. As you can see, it turns on the hazard. You don't have a control over it basically. And let's see. Oh, yep. So that means it reached that preset value. So you can do that either for front or rear, one at a time. And the highest it goes is 37 psi, and lowest I think is 15. Yes, it's 15. So I'm just gonna put it back to, I'm gonna have one basically 20. You can have two presets. Let's have 25, apply and save, and presets. So maybe I can have one for inflate and another for deflate. So if I go here, apply this one, delete that, apply, go back, apply and save. So one of my preset is 25. Now I'm going to delete this and make another preset for inflate to 36, or maybe 35 is good for front and rear. Apply and save. If I go to my presets, so I have two, I can select it and Bob's your uncle. I must say this is a great feature. So I'm inflating now, and that's it. Turn it off. So I just did the front two tires, and that's it. Maybe the last bit of tip or points I wanted to share, you know, the most annoying things about this car is the start to stop auto function thing. And you know, you can get these aftermarket computers to disable it. Well, a simple thing is to disconnect this one. So there are two sensors. These are switch sensors for the hood. One of them is designated for the hood, but the other one is designated for the auto start stop function. And if the computer sees this is basically the hood is open, it won't activate that function. For the Australian version, you need to disconnect the right hand side. For the US version, you need to do the left one.